tired of them calling me Dieka Omi, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Don't touch that dial. You touch it, I'll make you bath.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bonsoir. Je m'appelle Fomama Temot et ce soir, je suis avec LGBT sur LGBT TV Radio.
And that's all, folks. It's Elegbete TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbete TV Radio. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead. Elegbete TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio. The pathfinder for radio. And that's all, folks. It's Elegbete TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbete TV Radio. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to
now we are UK at the same time. Spring is coming.
Radio. Redefining broadcasting.
Winter is gone.
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio. The pathfinder for radio.
Well, you guys are still close. Thank you to be back in the studio. I miss this vibe. This pop. All right. Something is wrong. Hello. I really can't say what happened in the studio when I left, but seems like I came back to meet a different studio, different setup, and somebody's gonna explain eventually. But for now, let's get the show going. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafe Matthew. So you love to come in the Elegbete on Sports. You guys are the ones that I would need to depend on right now. If you're listening on the app or the website, please tell me if you can hear me. Because I don't know, everything just changed. Somebody came into the studio and did things that nobody sent them to do. So I'm just coming in. This is my first time coming into the studio since I came back. I traveled last week, Monday. This is my first time of coming into the studio. Maybe I should have come in yesterday and do some sound checking and the rest. But hey, let's see how it goes. I can hear myself, so I hope that you can hear yourself. If you're on the YouTube channel, can you hear my audio clearly? Instagram, obviously, you hear me. But if you're listening on the mobile application, let me know if you can hear me clearly, the audio and the signal and everything is clear. Having said that, there's a lot to unpack. I'm not going to analyze the Super Eagles game that was played on Friday. I made a promise to wait to see today's evening game. And then I would decide if Friday was just one blip, one bad day in the office. Because there is a lot to talk about if we really want to talk about that game. But I'm not going to stay on that game just like that because I'm trying to force myself against belief that was just one bad game. Wasn't normal. It's not the normal Super Eagles, because that couldn't have been the Super Eagles. And this is not me being arrogant and saying, oh, nobody can beat the Super Eagles. The Super Eagles are unbeatable. No, this is not me saying that. But this is me just saying that that's the most insipid, docile, non-committal, uninterested or disinterested, whatever the English language is. I'm a robot worry boy. English might not be the perfect one, but all of these adjectives describe how I saw the team, and it might be different for you. Okay, one of the things that I've come to realize in this job is no matter how much your expert view is, people see things differently. I tweeted that 80% of the players on that team have no business being in the team, and people are arguing about it. Well, tomorrow's show, we will settle that and talk about it. And then for those of you who's asking me if the night show was just because I was in Abuja, we'll be talking about having a night show, 9 to 10 p.m. And Abuja provided me the opportunity to test it. And I realized that the night show have more people on it, on YouTube, than the morning show. So the night show have come to stay. Monday to Friday, we're going to have the night show. And possibly, there is also the possibility of a watch along coming up as we go. But I'm going to put that one for next quarter. And hoping that I'm able to get some things across the finishing line, and we would see if we can do the watch along. But if we can't, we would just do the morning show and the evening show, and then push the watch along to the second half of the year. Because I think that from my end, from where I'm sitting, I want to do a watch along show. And what's a watch along show? So a watch along show is where there are on game days when I'm not in the stadium, for instance, I'm watching at home. I could go live. Now, watch along does not mean I will show the game. I don't have broadcast. YouTube is crazy about copyright. They will take me down. I told you guys about the mistake that one of our teams made, and we are on lockdown. We're in jail for 90 days. It's going to expire on the 11th of June. So most of our content don't get to reach the audience that we expect them to reach. I'm so excited that that's also part of why I went to Abuja. I'm so excited that I went to Abuja and the Super Eagles content actually hit 20,000, 25,000, 24,000, 5,000, 2,000, 7,000, like that, so made a whole lot of sense. And I was excited to see that Italian guy who's in the US has reached out to me and explained what he was doing. That over 47 Italian media outlets, blogs, website, radio, TV, used the interview, and they did not pronounce my name, the Elegbete TV, properly. So what he did was teaching them. And then there was also the issue of them using the Seaman interview at a contest, which is language barrier. If you did commerce in school, economics in school, one of the barriers to international trade is language barrier. Okay, so every time I talk about language barrier, the first thing I see is my economics and commerce, because it was the same guy. Teacher face, we always fought and we always have issues. It doesn't like people asking questions, and I can't sit in class without asking questions. It is not possible. Till this very day, I'm trying to be matured about it, but I think some things will never change. According to my guy, my legend and my icon, Tupac Amaru Shakur, some things will just never change. I can't sit through an hour of learning from anybody without asking questions. My mom used to say that I don't see the world the same way other people see the world. That as I grow up, people will hate me for it, but I should learn how to deal with it. And I remember being told in church never to ask questions in Bible study. I was like, look at these people telling me not to ask questions, because my hand always go up like this. My wife like, babe, put your hand down. Put your hand down. What's wrong with you? We ask after church. Ask. It's like, nah, my hand is up. I'm not the one controlling it. It just go. Okay. All right. So let's come to the show. How was your weekend? There's so much drama. As soon as what's it called? Tottenham Hotspur heard that Julian Nagelsmann that Thomas Tuchel might be going to Tottenham as soon as Bayern Munich heard that story. They fired their coach straight up. Fired Julian Nagelsmann, and they got Thomas Tuchel. And now Thomas Tuchel, who's worked with Choupo-Moting everywhere at Mainz, at Paris Saint-Germain, everywhere, they are back together again. Remember that Thomas Tuchel denied, João Cancelo the Champions League 2 seasons or so ago. Now, it does have a chance to mend fences with him. It does have a chance to help him win the Champions League, if you know what I mean. Okay, if you get my drift on that one, it does have a chance to help him get some closure on that one and make him feel good on it. Well, let's see if that's going to happen. That is if Bayern Munich goes on to win it. And then there is Tottenham Hotspur sacking Antonio Conte for his outburst. So they say you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, right? But they did say you shall speak the truth. So read the Bible very well. They say you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But they didn't say you shall speak the truth, because Antonio Conte is the first manager in the history of football to be fired for speaking the truth. He said everything that is true about Tottenham Hotspur, but he got fired. Why that is, I don't know, but it is what it is. So we're going to sit where we are and look at things and say to ourselves, why did that happen? We invented this idea that when a manager gets angry and speaks the truth, he gets fired. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed and see what they get. But now the surprising thing with Tottenham Hotspur is that they have not kept Antonio Conte's assistant, Stellini. Now, this is not the first time it's happening. Gianluca Vialli was brought to Chelsea by Ruud Gullit. They won the FA Cup, sexy football, champagne football. Roberto Di Matteo scored the fastest goal in the FA Cup finals, blah, 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 blah. When it was time to go and campaign in the Cup Ruud Gullit was fired. And his guy, his man, his go-to man that he brought in to be his player and assistant was given the job. And they went on to the finals and beat Stuttgart. Jonathan Koborere, Stuttgart in 1998, and won the Cup finals. So it's not new, but it's kind of like strange, because just last week I was talking about, is it right for Is it right for Thomas Tuchel to take the job of Julian Nagelsmann, knowing that they are both friends? And we were just discussing that. Now, Antonio Conte is fired. Not like I care about Spurs. They can go and die for all I care. Okay? But is it good? Will you take your friend's job? Your friend that brought you to a job, as his assistant. If he gets fired, will you take his job? Especially when it's not a permanent job, even it's a temporary thing. And it's going to be assisted by Ryan Messi. Would you take your friend's job? Or you stand in solidarity with your friend and say, no, if you're sacking my friend, and then I gotta go. Okay, I gotta go. I have nothing to do with this. I'm leaving. What would you do? And we have Hybrid Tent here today, Roland. Remember to you guys about the Arsenal jersey that I got all the way from the US. Please, guys, help me say thank you to Hybrid Tent. Fantastic. The first person to give us what's that thing called? Jesus Christ, I keep forgetting it. Jesus. Super chat. The first person to give us super chat on this channel sent me a jersey, very beautiful Arsenal jersey. I'm sure I'm going to wear it tomorrow. Any day Arsenal is playing. And that's the jersey I wore to Abuja on Monday last week, 8 days ago. And it was nice. First time I'm wearing a number 10 jersey. Okay, I've always worn number 7. First time I'm also having a Daffy at the back of my jersey instead of a Lego 10. Feels good. Instead of a Lego 10 one. Feels very, very good. But then, just when we think that was all, our coach, Gernot Rohr, I'm trying so hard not to talk about the Super Eagles in depth, okay? But the Super Eagles play against Guinea-Bissau today. We were hoping that we were going to play these 2 legs, win them, and then join Morocco as teams that have qualified for the African Cup of Nations. But hey, Nigerians, we don't like qualifying early. And what's it called? I think Pesera have learned from Gernot Rohr that in Nigeria, when you qualify early, they fire you. So it's good to let them use their calculators, because the former coach who qualified us with 2 games to spare will say we don't like him. So I think Anatroy is saying, let me go back the old way where Nigerians always use calculator, always pray and do mathematics. If this person win this one by 2 goals and we now win by 1 goal, and when we now do this one head to head and this one will now begin to behave like Mr. Sabinos, that's what Nigerians like. So I think the man has studied us and looked at us and said, okay, this is what they like in this part of the world. Let me give them what they like. Let me not go and overdo, because over Sabi, Nain they kill monkey. So it's trying his best not to fall into the pitfall, the gutter that some of you guys have dug, and making sure that everything goes the way it is meant to go. Okay, so let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that tonight they would win against Guinea-Bissau and equalize it, and then get 9 points, and then hope that the next game, I think the next game should be against Southampton Principal, will be the one that qualifies us, and then the final game against Sierra Leone will just be played. Remember, we beat Sierra Leone 2-1, beat Southampton 10-0, and then lost to Guinea-Bissau in Abuja. Do we even win in Abuja again? Do we still win games in Abuja? So, leading the conversation today, I need you guys to look at Spurs. For those of you, starting with Emmanuel Sebastian, who said that Spurs were going to be in the title run. Do you think that Tottenham Hotspur with what I've done, they've sacked Antonio Conte? Remember when Antonio Conte went home to go do his surgery and also deal with the bereavement that he had to deal with, Stellini was in charge and he won all but 1 game. So is there a possibility that this guy actually will give the players a lot more freedom to play? And then I'm going to give you an inside scoop that I got about why Julian Nagelsmann was sacked, or probably why the players did a Chelsea on Julian Nagelsmann. So I pretend, say if I catch Pinnick, I go give her a dirty slap. Now in bring Pesero. That's beneath you anyway, to give a Amaju Pinnick slap. I don't think it's something that you would do, or something that you can do actually. If you see Pinnick, let's be very honest. So there is no need commenting the thing that you cannot do, right? So, but let's just move on. And so let me give you my inside scope. I have got relationship with FC Bayern, so I'm going to say this. I got cleared to say it, so I'm going to say it. So I went fishing. Why do you sack Julian Nagelsmann? What is wrong? He won a league title last time out. Even though things are not going well, it still does look like he's going to win it. What's the problem? You guys are on course to winning the Champions League. Why fire him and bring in this guy? So, okay, there's a problem in the team. The team, first off, there is a mole. Somebody's always giving information to the media about the team. And the players are not comfortable with Julian Nagelsmann. You know what? Julian Nagelsmann is dating a girl, has a girlfriend. His girlfriend left his wife for a girlfriend who worked for one of Germany's biggest media outfit, The Bild. And because they are dating, players, and you need to know this, okay, because I'm in the industry as well. Footballers are always skeptical of media people. They don't make friends with media people too much. They don't keep close because they believe that media people would always find a way to make a story out of anything they see. They can sit next to you and just the way, maybe you're scratching your lap, they'll make a story. Maybe you're biting your finger, they'll make a story. Maybe you're scrubbing your nose, they'll make a story. So footballers are very skeptical. That's why when you see players talking on the field, they put their hands like this, covering their mouth. Because even nowadays, journalists would get a lip reader and tell you what they're saying. So everybody is now living like a secret agent. Everybody is being coded. But then the players started, they started talking about the mole in the camp, and the first of the pointed fingers to Manuel, and then it turned out not to be him, and then they were pointing fingers everywhere. And then the players said, there's only one person who's dating a journalist in this cycle. Just the same thing that happened with Ike Casillas under Jose Mourinho. Ike Casillas was dating a model and a journalist, a blogger, right? And stories were leaking. And they just felt it was Ike Casillas. That's how Ike Casillas was kicked out of a club where he's a legend and was treated like shit. And he went to, I think, Portugal. And then he had his heart condition and he still came back. So this is exactly what has happened with Julian Nagelsmann. So the players kind of like said to themselves, you know what? Let's make it impossible for this coach to continue. Because the more he's with us, the the more stories, whether he leaks it now or not, when that girl begin to lick his ear and hold on to his jabos and put his teeth around the head of the jabos, and I know if not like the thing upside down, he would reveal secrets that are supposed to die in the dressing room. If you've ever played football, you know that there is something they say, please, let what happened in the dressing room stay in the dressing room. Until Amazon Prime came with All or Nothing, and what happens in the dressing room doesn't stay. But let me tell you, as a football player and as a coach, that every Amazon Prime video that you watch, all those drama in the dressing room, those things are staged. That is not how the dressing room really is. All those things are the ones that they want you to know. They just call the camera crew, okay, come and take a particular shot. Have you ever watched any Amazon Prime and you see a coach explaining tactics? You move this way, you move this way. This is how the opposition will call. This is where you block them. This is where you call them. No, because those ones are not for camera. So they always say what happens in the dressing room stays and die in the dressing room. And somehow it feels like some people didn't get the memo. Yes, some people did not get the memo. So because of that, they decided, you know what, let's turn it down a notch so that we don't get into the place where we are exposed by the manager. So I think that's what they did to now make sure the management would sack Julian Nagelsmann. It's not a good thing because somebody lost his job because of the kind of woman he's dating, not necessarily because his tactics are bad, because they are still in the Champions League quarterfinals. They are still, I think, in the DFB Pokal. They are still in the league. They are on course to winning it, But hey, it is life. Some other external factors, forces beyond your control, can make you lose a good job that you think you already have in the bag, like you already have secured. And it just so happened that you lose it because of such situation. Well, for that kind of situation, I would just have to say sorry to Julian Nagelsmann and his girlfriend. And the girl have also left the media house that she works with. So this is my own thinking. Why did she leave since? Why did she just leave since? Why wait till now and then they fire this guy and then you're leaving? Well, I don't know. Maybe the settlement, Julian Nagelsmann will cut her some money and she will go and do her own thing. And they might write a book. And Tottenham Hotspur might also invite this Julian Nagelsmann and get him the job. And she's thinking, my love is more important than my job. I don't want this job again to stand between me and my guy and his job again. What a sacrifice. If you're a woman out there, or if you're a guy out there, would you make such sacrifice? Would you, give up your job just because it might affect your partner, okay? The person you're in a relationship with. So many things to talk about. I'm trying my best to not dive into the Super Eagles. Anthony Joshua finally have a fight to fight. He's fighting this weekend. He signed up with DAZN, so DAZN have his broadcast right now. Let's see his media rights. Okay, his media right. Now, let's see if he wins that one. It's the O2 Arena. His 47 fight in the O2 Arena, and it's 1 out 7 by knockout. So this might just be it. Went to Dallas to train, got a new set of coaches. So some things have changed about his game. They say he's running everywhere like he wants to run for a government. Well, let's see what happens at the weekend. And then Bukayo Saka has been in fine form, and then it took forever for Ivan Toney to get 10 minutes to play for the England national team, even though he might face a long-term ban, but at least he's had the opportunity to play. What a story he's had anyway, coming all the way from Northamptonshire to Peterborough, from Peterborough to signing that contract that is capped at 10 million. Brentford paid 5 million to get him, but then there are caps to it. They did not relegate the first season. They gave Peterborough 1 million. They did not relegate last season. They gave another 1 million. For the number of goals they scored, they gave them another 1 million. If he had started the game against the England game, they would have given Peterborough another 1 million, and so on and so forth. If he had scored or so, they would have collected $1 million. But hey, it's capped at 10 million. Once that payment gets to 10 million, Brentford will no longer pay. There is also the sell-on clause that is inserted in the contract. But then one man waited 4 years to get another cap. The last time he played for England was 4 years ago. What am I talking about? James Maddison. Yes, took him 4 years to get another cap. What a long time to wait. I'm thinking, will any Nigerian player even with like that and not turn their back and talk rubbish about the national team. Well, it is what it is. It's happened. We've seen it. Arsenal fans, if you're here, did you see that tackle by Rodri on Martin Odegaard? You think it was malicious? Because a lot of Arsenal fans worldwide are saying he did it deliberately because they are both chasing the Premier League title, and he wanted to remove the keyest man in the Arsenal well-oiled machine put together by Mikel Arteta. Do you agree to that, or you say it was just a mistake? But then again, why didn't the referee blow penalty on that one? Why didn't they go back to VAR and check it? Well, I don't know. Well, let me take your messages from Instagram, and then I come to YouTube and see what you guys have got to say. So if you've got anything to say now, keep pushing them in, and let's see. If you've got questions to ask about my trip in Abuja, I will oblige you. I would answer. But let's just keep the Super Eagles talk to this game. I would give my analysis about tomorrow. Tomorrow's game will just be about my rant. There is a whole lot of volcanic anger, righteous indignation rising up, welling up in me, but I'm holding myself. Cars _347 saying, not true what? I don't know what you're saying, but I wish I know. Cars _347 say, I was waiting for the program to start by 8 a.m. our time. Oh, you didn't even know that time have changed. Can you imagine? I'm in Lagos, and I know what's happening more in the UK than you. Whereas winter ended on Thursday, the clock was changed on Sunday yesterday, and now you guys are in spring, even though the weather is still cold, and it is what it is. Okay. Akim Solomon says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you, Joseph Meseru. The carols they go where we don't know. And I said, gonna try no good, so we cannot be around. Be around, just the same one I say, good Jonathan, they clueless when I got change. Nigeria. When I say don't follow the masses, they say no, listen to the voice of the people. Voice of the people, not the voice of God. Oh, voice of the people. It's not the voice of God. Voice of the people is the voice of ignorance, especially in Nigeria. The voice of the people, have never got us anything good. The voice of the people have always given us rubbish, because the voice of the people is the voice of bunch of ignorant people who think they know what they don't know anything about. Come and beat me at my studio. If you like, come and beat me. I'm telling you, all you that kept saying, sack gonna throw, all you people are the reason we didn't go to the World Cup. All you people are the reason why we didn't progress on the African Cup of Nations. Bronze medal is not good. You saw what we achieved. We got knocked out in the round of 16. Rubbish people. Creator Dale, he said, night show goes sweet to, yes, it has come to stay. That show will be there 9 to 10 p.m. So 12 hours after the end of this one, we'll start another one. Yeah. Jerry Ahirim says, thank you for the night show. Now I can join the live another time. Yeah, if you see how many people send me message, like, one guy was even warning me. I said, bros, calm down now. Be calming down. I like to have views, but I'm also human, okay? He said, if I hear, and I will know that if you travel, you can do the show, you better be traveling with your kids every time. I said, bros, calm down. Be coming down, okay? Be coming down. Jerry, he says Super Eagles just spoiled the weekend. Well, they started the weekend on a bad note for you people, but people can forgive them if they win today. But let me ask you guys, if Super Eagles win by like 5 goals to nothing today, will you guys forgive them and say, if you don't come tomorrow and analyze anything, just let it go? Drop your comment, let me hear on that one. Would you? Akwas Baba 82, my voice seems to be healing and getting fine. And then I came and then my wife left me and those 3 kids, man, those kids are super excited. My 3-year-old, everybody, I have good news for you. Daddy is back. I like the way he went about it, the way he said it, the energy, the burst and push. It was exciting. Love to see your kids, be happy to see you back. I remember growing up in the house where daddy comes back and everybody is in panic mode. Everybody's tensed. Everybody's afraid of who will get the beating first. Akwazubai said to me, it's pure betrayal to take the job of a person who brought you in. Good morning, sports fans. Brendo, how you doing? Okay. Olaoluwa Bamidele says a business is business. Taking the job as nothing, as not affect loyalty. Conte spoke alone, so he should take the fall alone. That's my take. And how many people supposed to speak? Now Conte bring him. It's Conte's assistant. And you don't see anything wrong with that? Guy, I can't take you to go and hustle for a job. Oh. You go and backstab me. Creator Ediale said, Chai, with me, so with 2 games to spare. Nigerians overanalyze Raw out of his job. He was sacked for never failing to hit his target. Okay. Well, Akbas Baba to say Spurs should focus on Europa League. They can't make top 4. I stayed there and I still within the chance now. Should the league never end though? Akbas Baba say, I know the meaning of Diabos, and I'm in the engine, and I need to attach to the engine to select Dia so that motor can move well. If you know any other thing where you know, and you know what you know. But I would know now to tell you so. Diabos as an engineer, and I just tell you, Diabos for motor. Okay, Ayib Global Services, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Happy New Week. I see Napoli winning this year Champions League. Okay, where you for Sam? Show me, man, go look for my destiny there. Whether I go feel be billionaire, whether I go buy the private jet, where the plan. Show me, I mean, tell me where you for Sam, so that me too, I go look for my destiny. Go look my future there. My people, what do I think? I don't like to go look for my destiny there because this guy has seen something. Olalua say, lovely insight on the sack at Bayern. Well done, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you. Hey, that's my brother Amar Katiba is here as well. Well, that's the situation over there on Instagram. If you still have comment, please put it there. Let's have some fun. We've 30 minutes already, so 30 minutes more to go. Let's see what you guys on YouTube are saying. Greg Okonji says, hello, numero. Thank you very much. Oduni Rameleko say, good morning, Elevated TV family. Good morning to you. God's will, Obukamena Awari, Semingo Bros Brendo, welcome home. Yes, so thanks for taking time out to travel and bringing us close to the players. I bet, bros, since yesterday, I've been thinking about a post you made on Twitter, okay? What's the post about? Joseph Osiga, he said, hello, what happened? I don't understand. Joseph say, hello, I can hear you, okay? Jibril Aji Folawe say, yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank you very much for that one. That was when I was having some issues. Where you did, stay one lane now. You did Instagram, you did YouTube. Stay one lane. He said, if they win by any above 3 goals, I feel the venue of our own matches should be reconsidered. Okay, thank you very much for that. It also means that we can forgive them. If they win by 3 goals or anything above that, I think I would forget about anything and I would lay that on the venue. But it's hard. Watching that game was painful. Like, I've seen some Eagles play badly. So this is not the first time. I've seen some Eagles play badly. But to have 11 players on the field and there's no connection, like everybody just doing their own thing. It's been a while. You know, even roadside selected, don't play football like that. At least there should be some verve, some understanding. Some of these players have played together for over 5 years. Those people should come to the party and do well. But well, let's listen to what Gospel Book on Awari have to say. It's about Nigeria does not have a coaching problem. That what we have is a coaching. I don't understand. That's not how I tweeted it. Please, can you just throw more light on this stance? That's not what I tweeted, so I can't throw light on confusion that you're trying to put me into. Oduni Ramelako, you say, oh, best news this morning, I will join this evening, right? Michael Obiajulu say, my boss, why didn't we see you after Super Eagles lost? You're seeing me now. Is this after Super Eagles lost? I left Abuja on Saturday morning, and I remember tweeting and saying that the way I managed the team lost, I cannot even start analyzing it right now because there's a game on Monday. I'm tempted to think that it's a bad day in the office, it's the stadium, it's something, because that can't be all that the Super Eagles have to offer. This is not me disrespecting Guinea, but I don't think even Guinea did enough to win that game. So I'm going to wait and assume that, okay, it's a bad day in the office, it's a bad game, it's just one of those things. Then I would sit back. But then we go again and lose. If we lose today, tomorrow show go sweet. Oh. Tomorrow show go this. In short, tonight's show will start. It will start with tonight's show. It will be exciting. But let's see how it goes. I'm praying that they don't. I'm praying they don't. So we just have a very fun game tonight. Oh, you know, you say, bro, speaking of Brando, Saka is gradually becoming something else. The rate at which he scores now and what time is Nigeria match? Okay, I think it's 5 p.m. But let me be very sure, please. Let me be absolutely sure, double sure. Let me make sure it's double. Okay, Sorry, let me get that one sorted out clearly so I don't go and give you wrong time and then say a Daffy I'm misled. Okay, it's 5 p.m. Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria is 5 p.m. That's the time for the game. So by the time the game will finish around 7, we would have our time to come back and discuss that game by 9 p.m. We'll not have time to talk about the Friday game until this game by 9 p.m. But let's see how it goes, okay? Lord Mayor, I say, I'm a boss. You talk I'm well. The boys was not hungry at all. They don't care about the badge at all. Michael Eleta, I say, I saw your tweet saying your analysis will be done after tonight's match. Well, I awaited. Please, regardless of their performance tonight, don't forget about that of the first leg when analyzing. I sure will. Oduni Ramileko says, I hope to see Cancelo playing regularly under Tuchel. Now they may eventually pay for his clause later in the summer, maybe. Okay. Lord Mayor says Conte wanted the sack. I agree. He has nothing to lose at all, but he has about 3 months to the end of his contract. Should I just waited? What's the need of getting sacked? Because I mean, even if any club wants to employ him, they will still wait till July to employ him. So why not wait till the end of the season? But I guess he got disgusted with the sports team, the character, the whole club. You know, that thing where we say what I ordered versus what I got. So when you look at sports from outside, you always look at sports like they're a big team. And then you go to sports and you find out that they're not just a team, they're shit. Yes, I know that you guys always accuse me that sports is the only time I'm not objective and I'm bantering. Yes, sports is shit. That's what, if you try to not find, you know sports is shit. And I don't care whether you say I'm objective or not. Until they start doing well, we'll have that objective talk. But sports is shit. Akwas Babai to say, I don't even lost interest in Nigeria matter. No, not under my watch. Not under my watch. You can't lose interest in Nigeria matter. Who you say will come pick interest in Nigeria matter? If every one of us lose interest, who go pick interest? Say, yeah, we'll go fix Nigeria together. We're not losing no interest in Nigeria matter. No, we are not. Okay, so Nigeria and you're picking before you don't live up. Make it like that. You West. For many years now, he not paid me say them lose. I don't expect anything good from them. Change that. I always have expectation on Nigeria. I don't know, but I always have high expectation on Nigeria, and I will continue to have high expectations. And then there were things that happened in Abuja that when I look back, I was like, what is even wrong with us? Especially the organization of the match itself, the preparation leading to the game itself, the sports ministry. I just think that the sports minister and his team sabotaged the team. But that's not the excuse for them not to win. But I just think that is one of my observations, and we will find a way to fix that as possible. Okay, Hybrid time say, I just managed to be awake now. I bet no verse if I take off without knowing. No, I can understand. You are 3 a.m. in the morning over there, so it's okay. He said, I beg now, don't thank me. I don't give you anything. You give me a lot. Hybrid I said, no worry. I go get in that for 7 before your pick. He not kidnap him. That boy not kidnap. I came back. Imagine going to Abuja and coming back, and then the first thing that Bruno asked me is, Daddy, I hope you came back with my jersey. I said, you know the person who bought the jersey for me? He said, Daddy, you know them. He said, I don't care, but I know that you're my dad and you wear number 7 and number 10. This is mine. How do you give birth to a 10-year-old boy that wears the same cloth with you? Is it a good thing? It's not a good thing, no. It's not a good thing, no. To be in my shoes right now, it's not a good thing. I say everyone knows say Pesero no be him. Okay, Lord Mayor boss. The answer is that the friend has always wanted to leave the shadow of Conte. He wants to sell his name with his 10 games remaining. Why not go get another job somewhere? Why not take another job and say, you know what, guy, like Arteta did. Now that's how to do it. Hey Pep, I need your blessing. I need to go. And over time, in the words of Pep, it's shown that Arsenal is his own target. Because according to Pep, every time they score against Arsenal, and I wasn't even observing that, Arteta does not celebrate. So there was always that open door that one that will coach that team. So when it was time, Pep gave him his blessing and supported him. And even, you saw the relationship, the way they sold players for Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, I'm sure If Arsenal had wanted Jack Cancelo on loan, they would have given that star as well. So if you look at it from that angle, I can understand. But that I went out there and I gave a rant and I did all the things, I said all the things that I said, and then the sack comes, and then you just slot in. Like, okay, no worry, man. To me, I don't know what I want to talk. That guy is a backstabber. He's been, I can't imagine what he's been telling the management all this while that Conte was not around. The guy doesn't have build. Even the teacher work. He don't know anything. They help him. He just a win because he get in. All this while we even the other club. They help him. If you sack him, I'll take the job and I will do better. This player said, you see this players when I get to with this coach, this go say no good. You say I'll turn them. In short, I can even chase Arsenal and Man City as a matter of me. So even though we say match no plenty again, I've even guaranteed I say I will win the league title. People can do things. Chinese principle. Chinese, it's only in China where somebody will go to your boss and tell your boss that I hear say na 100 naira you pay that guy you. That work when they do I go do a plus 2 extra work and I'll collect 7 naira. No problem. 17 naira. No problem. Take 30 naira so that your company will save money because the longer the company stay, the better for all of us. That's for me the kind of thing that happened. But hey, 101 dimension. I don't even want to bother about that one now. Hybrid say if I catch Pinnick, I can. Hybrid, this is beneath you. Come on. Jose Peseiro have 3 months to go on his contract. I am betting everything that I have, including this my beloved precious company. Apart from my children and my wife, I'm betting this company and everything that Ibrahim Gusso will not renew his contract. Then I'm sure I will send your number to him or your email to him and tell him to consult you so that you help him find a manager that would get the job done. That's, in my own opinion, something that I think I can do and I can help find a solution for. Let's see how that one goes anyway. Maybe you end up suggesting a good manager for Ibrahim Gusso because right now anything that have a manager on it irritates and annoys you. But let's move on. Noel Turin, my Juventus brother, I said the new coach bounce might help Tottenham to a few points, but I don't think they will be in the top 4 at the end of the season. The funny thing is the teams behind them are also not doing well. The Liverpools of this world, the Chelseas of this world, the other teams are not doing well. So that might just get them into the top 4 and they'll pretend like, okay, it's okay. But then Antonio Conte also made the top 4 last season. Michael Eleta said, bros, I know you are avoiding the Super Eagles conversation. You can leave it for next time, though. What is the criteria that made Nigeria employ Jose Peseiro? It was very woeful in his last job. Well, I wouldn't say I know the criteria. I remember I was one of those who kicked against employing Jose Peseiro. And I remember here on this show and on Twitter and on Facebook, people said I was kicking against the employment of Jose Peseiro, who was highly recommended by Jose Mourinho because I was collecting kickback from Gennaro Roa. And that's why he was always on my show doing interviews. So I said, and my last word on Peseiro, I remember my last word on Peseiro, I said, guys, when he gets the job, as usual, I will support him until he begins to fail. So right now, once again, I am supporting. I'm not one of those who would ever say a coach should be sacked. No, give him time. You know why? This is one of the coaches that you guys wanted. And for those of you who are chatting, Avi Renard. First off, you don't have the money to pay Avi Renard. And you started talking about Avi Renard again. You guys have even forgotten whether the guy existed. You started talking about him again in November when he beat Argentina. By Hellsbreak, miraculously beat Argentina. But you guys forgot that he lost the other 2 games. So all this one that you are shouting Avi Renard. So the good thing is I could put in the words on your behalf. But I am not one of those who suggest coaches for national. You know why? When you do that and things begin to go wrong and you're defending the coach, people will say, because now you suggest and now you be a manager. Like I was in Abuja and out of nowhere, almost every journalist in Abuja said I was Victor Osimhen's manager. So bad that the guy who flew in from London to watch the game took my number. I don't even have the number again. Took my number and said he wants to do some stuff with the Sime. And this thing just happened. In fact, okay, so this is let me share that experience with you guys. You guys are my people. This guy was well dressed, like all those CIA top-notch people, well dressed, clean shaved. He had a military look. First off, so I had really bashed the sports minister. I did it in front of him. He was walking past, and I was walking past, and somebody said, now you saw the minister. I thought that was the eye service of the IS order. And I said, I pay tax, and he gets paid from my tax. If he's sabotaging the national team from where I earn the money to pay his tax, I have the right to complain. So if he's not doing his job well, I would say it. I might be sitting in his office because this stadium is not. I was in the national stadium, and the Moshe Dabiola stadium. I might be sitting in his office because this so complex is in the office. But if the man is incompetent, and the minister was just like 5 meters away, I said, but if the man is incompetent, I will say it. The difference between me and all of you here is the fact that you need this man to eat. But me, he needs me to eat. That's the difference between us. And then on March Day, so after the stress of Jesus Christ, that's a topic for another day. That one is the one that is even vexing me. This is why I'm trying to avoid the super evil stock. Because the anger, it never come out, it never dissipated. So this man, as I just walked in, I had an all-access pass. Yeah, I still have a contract with the NFF, so I went to the NFF and I collected that all-access. It's my right. So I had an all-access pass. And as I walked in, somebody just held my hand. You know that guy military way? Hey, are you a Daffy? Excuse me. And the guy just dragged me. And I see he was like, give me your number. I was well-dressed, starched, native, looking all clean, shaved, good. So me, I psychoanalyze people a lot. I'm paranoid like that. So mine is, okay, this is DSS. This is a DSS director, senior. This is a high up. This is a shakedown. This guy wants to give me a shakedown. And normally, if you panic, it means you're guilty. I mean, this is a Jason Bond kind of move, right? It's an Hawk. Mission Impossible kind of move. So I'm reading the guy's talking, I'm looking him straight in the eyes, because if you start putting your head down, start forming all this, you get yourself in trouble. So I was looking him straight in the eyes, and I was like, okay, what do you want? And I said, you just need my number, okay? And then he came in from the UK, blah, 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 blah. They have some things that they do, and he wants to get in touch with me subsequently. It's okay. Then the guy reached out to me and said, he was told that I'm Victor Osimhen's manager. He's watched my videos, my channel, my walks, my tweets, he's followed me, and all the works I do for Victor Osimhen. So I was looking like, is this guy know me or is talking to somebody else? She should go to Omar, but even Omar is not Osimhen's manager. So, I mean, long story short, they want to do some activation with the NFL, and on top of the pile of that list is Victor Osimhen, blah, 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 blah. So I told him myself that, and I'm a Victor Osimhen manager. Victor Osimhen is just another, as a matter of fact, so that you not go to say, I know they responsible. I never even get Victor Osimhen phone number, and I'm not sure say get my own. So don't come and put me in a place where you now start thinking, now me the hold Osimhen destiny backward. No, I'm just doing the thing that I would do, and it doesn't matter whether it's Osimhen or not. It's just that Osimhen was a player that I bet on air when I was still in Brilla, and I said this guy was going to be the guy who takes over for Rashidi Yekini. It's going to be one of Nigeria's best players, and I'm happy that he's living up to it. When I say this, I don't even know the forces where they force me to talk about to God. Like, I don't know some things. I just go on air and I just say these things, and then I'm coming back, and I remember my former chairman used to say, these things that you keep saying, that you don't really have any empirical fact to back it up. That broadcasting is about fact. I say, sir, you guys have been doing fact things for life. Let me do my own thing, right? So I'm like, my former head of marketing, Baz will say, this boy na juju, na spirit, the way they work different, more live like that. So I just say these things, and then that was when he was going to Wolfsburg. See today, like everything that I said is happening. So I took the number. The guy charged take my number and send me a message, but I've not even saved his number. I can't remember his name again. Okay. I say I hate betrayal so much. It did always better for betrayal. So me, I live on the road of loyalty. So once you step out of it, I'm very loyal to people. I'm loyal to my guys. Like if you're my guy, I'm loyal. The very minute I sniff betrayal, I cut you off. Like I do everything to make sure say we never meet again. We never do anything together. Because I can't trust you anymore. And how can I work with you if I can't trust you? I call them, I say, I don't okay. I think I've read that one before. And then the next one coming, Instagram people are coming. Oh, let me just finish with this. I mean YouTube people are coming. We'll still have some more time. Okay, we'll still have some more time. You say Averena is the only coach I dream of for the Super Eagles. He's coach that demand passion while playing. Now, when he co-coach Nigerian players, I will know say Nigerian players, Nigerian players. The word I want to talk, it's not good for broadcasting. If I talk up in the interpretation, now not too big now. People go extract and use. So make I just keep quiet. Nigerian players will make Pep look like idiots. I'll bet my life there is no coach, no foreign coach who will bring to this national team that can do well than what the Jose Peseiro and the rest do. There is only one formula that works with Nigerian players. The foreign coaches don't know it. I don't think that Jose Peseiro is a bad coach. Neither do I think that Sonolisa was a bad coach. Neither do I think that Ganacho was a bad coach. No. I've seen these coaches in training. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with them. There's just this thing about Nigerian players. I've told you guys before that we have exchange rate players. It's bad to say, listen, do you need a coach to tell Moses Simon how to cross the ball? Are you really sitting here telling me that basic thing that we learned when we were primary, like street football, when we play kicking orange around the street, we know say if you're there for the byline, which is outside, the outside right or left, you cross the ball high up. Because my land first pole, middle pole, or last pole. But once you don't dribble, reach 18, why are you lifting the ball up? You cut back. Or you whip the ball on the ground. Victor Osimhen did it twice. There was just somebody at the end of it. You whip the ball on the ground, your teammate will jam the ball into the net. Moses Simon go enter 18-yard box, cross the ball, go make like smart. And be assistant referee. What are we really? This thing that we go out here, Nigerians blame coaches for. And that's why I don't want to talk about Simon because it pissed me off to the point where at the verse. Like Wilfred Ndidi was strolling on the field. You didn't train all through the period you were massaging your lap, sitting on the bench, walking on the side. Well, that's where you blame the coach. Why did the coach select him? Frank Oyeka and you cannot even seize this moment. What's it called? My only blame that I have for the coach, let me reserve it. No, let me reserve it for all we'll talk about this thing because I don't even want to talk about this thing now. Noah Tori said, I would like to see Juventus make a move for Conte for next season. He's a better person than Allegri. Henry Morris said, good morning, bros, and all the Sports Buffet family. Bros, on a scale of 1 to 10, what will you score Peseiro? Score at us. That's what today. Ask me this question after the match. Ask me this question after the match today. Dim Hanobe says, so do you mean the players, our players, Super Eagles players are mad? All Super Eagles players. Yes, I'm saying it. And these guys are my friends. So it's not like, oh, all Super Eagles, they're mad. All this talk of the pitch, no good the pitch. Super Eagles players increase. May they play this evening, though. May they repeat that performance. We'll have a conversation. This is where they will say we will never talk to that guy again. They should, and they obviously watch my streaming. They should. Will not go hear from me. Thank God, say another among the people they call collect money from now. And then even as small as Jesse, I don't tell them, when I don't give me Jesse, I don't want. So that nobody will tell me, say, all those other people they go and I just say I'm not part of it. The ones that give me before and they throw me away. Why I get Roland to buy me Jesse and other people to push me forward in life. No, but when I lose today, Super Eagles players, some of them, I don't say some of them they watch. When I lose today, when I try and lose today, I will hear from me. When I don't like them, I don't say, see, Super Eagles players for our own good. For our own good. See, Kelechi and I show 45 minutes. More wait evening. Mr. Sugar one says, I don't think Avi Renard will work well with Nigerian players because Nigerian players have the unusual ego, and Harvey seems to work well with players with little or no known names. Okay, another angle to that conversation, and I kind of agree with you. Let's wait till evening because I don't invest, and when I don't invest like this, it's not good. I pretend say honestly, we should be talking about Super that Sarah struggling to answer simple questions you posed. Okay, no, that's a communication problem. That's English language problem, and I can't use that to judge him tactically. That's an English communication problem. I mean, I've worked with a coach before who cannot communicate in my language, and the problem was on me. Like, I cannot understand what he was saying, so I'm not going to blame him for that. That's communication problem. I'm not. Unfortunately, there are some places where I blame him. Let me tell you one of the things that when the lineup first came out, my first focus was because if I win a game 10-0, two players combined together to score 6 goals out of the 10, and even their push brought the other 4, I will continue to start them, especially if it's a new job that I'm doing, because I'll just assume in my head that like these two people get good understanding. Let me keep them going. So while Terry Murphy was invited, trained all through the week, and did not get to start alongside Josime, beats my imagination. But let's see how today goes. Yeah, maybe it has its own reason. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Aaron Murray said the reason why he's always pushing them to play in that Abuja nonsense stadium. It's not the coach that does that. So it's the sports ministry and the politics of Nigeria. That is the politics of Nigeria. We must always understand that. That politics determines that if you take the match come off for Abuja, they might not tell you, okay, we're not going to give you money again. We're not going to support your project. And remember, NFL no get money. Gusto is not Maju, who can manufacture money out of nowhere. So what do you expect him to do? He going to say, okay, yes, my master. He will do his master's bidding. Okay, I can't even blame Gusto because it's not easy, right? It's not easy. Ladmey said the referee was poor in that game. Odegaard was lucky not to get ankle injury. Very, very poor. I think Oluwa Sean Fumi says, where have you been? He said, good morning, bro. For me, I still believe that Super Eagles will win today, despite the shambolic performance of Friday. And I also think the manager get the starting 11 wrong. I agree with you. Arbiter said Pinnick was the worst. Okay, your opinion, and I'm not going to argue about it. Lord Mayor, he said, if Super Eagles win today, I will forgive them. But with the mentality of those players, we can't go anywhere far at all. Wale Moose, he said, our pitches in Nigeria hampers free-flowing football. Hence, the loss. What will it take NFF to ensure that our pitches are standardized across Nigeria? Again, that's not the job of the NFF. And this is the thing that I also wish Nigerians to do. Try and know the role of people so that when you are apportioning blame, you apportion blame to the right person. The Abuja National Stadium is owned by the federal government under the purview of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. They only lease a piece of land to the NFF so that they build their. As a matter of fact, the federal government that built that house for them to stay so that they are no longer renting house and sharing a property with Federal Safety Commission as it used to be in Wuse. Okay, so they have no say about any pitch. NFF no get pitch. I'm not sure there's any FA in the world who also have a pitch anyway. So it's a government property or private owned property. Even Wembley is run by a private company. So we should understand this properly so that we don't blame the person we're not supposed to blame. NFF have no say in stadium. Okay, I said the Super Eagles will not beat Guinea-Bissau 5-0. Impossible. Well, they beat a team 10 goals to nothing, so it's possible that can just happen. Kalajai Ibrahim said the best we Super Eagles can get today is draw. No, stop it now. Lord Mayor, he said, I won't take my friend's job, especially if the job is temporary. Kalajai Ibrahim said, oh, Mo, I waste my data, stream that match that day. I know just want to talk waiting in my mind. And teacher Lafama, he said, I know one talk for Super Eagles matter. The Wahala tire me. Every time he said we need midfielders. We need competent leaders. Michael Eleta, I say, no matter the scoreline today, it doesn't excuse their poor performance. The selection didn't help though. Our midfield was absent, decision-making poor, lack of coordination, bad crosses. Okay. Additional, he said, make we wait for today's game. We go know how far my Super Eagles cannot be what we saw on Friday. Today, we determine whether not true, then we go talk. They know there is only one result to be expected. Kalijaira said the Super Eagles team lack a good team leader. Coach Seth, no follow. I prefer Coach Ayere to the Oyibo Ladamboso. God have mercy. Okay, Ivory 10. He said our midfield is on the surgery table. I agree with you. I honestly think that if we address that, we will address at least 50% of the problem. I agree with you. Why is anybody not talking about the flat-footed Kevin Akpogoma? Why is everybody not talking about the shaky Francis Uzor? Why is everybody pretending like Kelechi Iheanacho did not play that game and stroll throughout 45 minutes? Gospel Bukamana, I remember problem that what we have is player problem and a population and sporting press that in their that is their ignorance. I think it's if that's what I thought, that's not what he said. What he said is players problem, not coaching problem, players problem. And that was the Rikeshi that said that to me. Anthony Addy, he said, hello, just think there are still no leadership qualities in Eagle. Why are we currently struggling to identify a long-term future captain? Please advise. That one I don't know. I really don't know. I pretend say it means say you dey take care of your pikin well. Unlike you, where they fast for your you're a fish. You're a fish. Get out of here. That is shades of shades, like 50 shades of insult. I will come back to you. Additionally, my second sack was not my surprise. I loved what he did, but the appointment of substantive replacement was my surprise. Pass back, collect your guy, walk. That the hustle reload, that is more something. Everything. He said, I'm very perplexed how a supposed bright man like Pinnick will endorse the hiring of Pesero. Shocking. If Mourinho recommended Pesero, it tells me how lowly he thinks of us. Okay. Shonipa Okbayami says, oh God, where did this guy just disappear to? Message is plenty. He said, good morning, Legota. This Eagles coach will be the worst in the history. Worse than Boran Mitrovic and Las Lagerbach. Guy, come on. We should start to follow Super Eagles. We Super Eagles coach don't win match by 10 goals to nothing. Come down, be coming down. Of Nigeria, I pity Victor Osimhen because if we fail to qualify for the AFCON, it would affect his rating on the continent. Wale Moose says, in my opinion, Sunderland says should be new Super Eagles manager after Pesero contract ends, or we go for a very sound foreign coach. We go for a very sound foreign coach. I think well, Felix Peter says Sunderland might be temperamental, but he's a pretty decent coach. The problem is your players will make him fail because your players are demons. Bunch of demons. Yes, I know what headline. Somebody will catch an headline somewhere. It have become Super Eagles players demons. Yes, I said it. Super Eagles players will have been demons. Yes. Yes, because not demons they destroy their own. Yeah, I mean, that might say big Uncle E. Happy New Week, sir. I said to you. I shock as Super Eagles lose. With all our informed players, hopefully they wake up in the second leg, not to pick anyone out. What happened to Ndidi? Form wise. Now let me be very honest, because this talk of with all the form of our players, we only have 3 players that are informed. Only 3 Nigerian players are informed. So when you people keep saying all the form of our players, we only have Victor Sime, Terem Murphy, and what's it called? Ademola Lookman that are informed. The rest of the us and courage are shit. And when I say 80% have no business in the camp, you people thought I was joking. Listen, every coach that I've really done well with Nigeria, I've played 50% foreign base, 50% home base. Go to the history of this country. Every time a coach has succeeded with Nigeria, it is 50-50. We've never succeeded with a trove of foreign-based professionals. Go check the history of Nigerian football. I'm waiting. Come back and tell me that I am wrong. That is why when we won the Nations Cup in 1980, okay, it's a full home base with maybe 2-3 foreign-based players. When we won in 1994, it was the player playing in Egypt that scored the 2 goals in the finals. Remember, there was a Nema Falodo in that squad. There was some few home-based players in that squad. When we won the Nations Cup again in 2013, there was a Sunday Oba who scored a crucial goal against Cote d'Ivoire and also scored the winning goal in the finals. These things are not coincidence. You stick to patterns that work for you. There's something that works for you. You stick to it. If something is not working, you jettison it. Every time we've gone 100% foreign base, the only time we've done that and probably did well, even though we didn't win the Nations Cup, was the Ghana Nigerian 2000, where we had a wholesome foreign-based professionals, and we got to the finals and lost to Victor Kumba putting his hand on the set. Well, I wouldn't blame Victor Kumba for that one. It is what it is. But hey, this is how Nigeria has been. But any coach that comes in and attempt to want to invite for local-based player, una going to shout and yeah, and una don't know ball, una don't know anything about ball. The Nigerian fans, the ones that introduced change to us, the change that want to kill us now, we never get change again to give people because we don't get money. But hey, life with this. Will get mass exodus because una want run abroad, una go introduce change, give us. Una use that they run to go abroad. Una do God go bless you. Let's come back to the conversation that we're having. I might say also Spurs are still shit. Conte is out, and I wish he can get a second stint at Chelsea and wonder if they can still make top 4. Okay, and this is a lot for my. It said Victor Osimhen. Para for some of the guys, some play was just beyond imagination. They say it was rude. How can you be losing and see playing lackadaisically? Make I speak grammar like that, okay? Make I speak grammar small. It not tire you. It not tire you. Think they lose, then they play like say nothing there at stake. Henry Murray say I wasn't referring to the coach, but the sports minister, Sunday Dare, okay. Yemi Dynamite, the Nagelsmann start wasn't so bad statistically at Bayern. He must have lost the dressing room, and to cap it off, his girlfriend too broke up with him. Match madness must have happened to him. Yemi Dynamite say, where should he, Nagelsmann's next destination, England or remain in Germany? I think Sports will sign him. That's what I think. Yemi Dynamite, maybe it's just me, but outside West Ham, foreign coaches have not been able to get the best out of the Super Eagles. You should add Bonfrejo on that one too. And then maybe Philippe Trezeguet. Leo, they say, Bonjourno boss, Bonjourno my brother. He said, I've been wait for evening show to comment, but you see, what you talk about Terry Murphy, partner of Osimhen, one shot at goal we no see from Kelechi. Eze Patrick says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Need to fix their errors today. Paul Obi say, good morning, Mr. Edafe. Good morning to you, boss. I am happy the Eagles lost that match because they were thinking that they are still number 1 in Africa. Jesus Christ. Falana Babatunde, I say, I'm so disappointed, but the question remains, who will take the Super Eagles to the promised land? We don't have Joshua Caleb. We need to look for Joshua Caleb now. If not, we're not going anywhere. Tosi Adebambo said, the coach. Falana Babatunde say, well, this all thing has taught me that talent is never enough. Yemida might say, but why didn't the delegates vote an NFF administrator that understands the business of making money and keeping the teams afloat? Not to knock Gusso, but sports has gone beyond passion alone. What I don't know, I don't tell you like Heze Patrick, he said, but bros, I know they try commode blame, but I beg, who they in charge of the Abuja pitch? The Minister of Sports. They supposed to collect query or ordinary Kazakhstan get better pitch passes. It's Kazakhstan ordinary. It's Nigeria better than Kazakhstan. If I give you Nigerian passport and Kazakhstan passport, which one you will take? Nigga, please stop. Heze Patrick, he said, is it that there is no money to even maintain pitch again? We don't know how to maintain pitch. Not be saying money no dey. If I talk this soon, they agree. We don't know how. Let's say we are suffering from knowledge deficit. I don't know when I say these things. It be like say I did drunk or I shouldn't be saying it, but it's the truth. It's just that, just like Tottenham Hotspur no one hear truth from Conte. It's the truth. You guys just don't want to take it. There are some things where we don't know how to do. Ayo Louis, for instance, travel go UK. Look at the NFF social media handle. Is dead. Is it supposed to be so? There are some basic things. Super Eagles was training in the evening and there was no light. Nobody think and say he need anything. The person who focus on this, he not see Sakabo. He's still on his job. He doesn't even see it as wrong. Do you know that at the National Stadium, Abuja, the gate men don't know say Super Eagles they play match. On Wednesday, they don't say Nigeria they play a match with Guinea Conakry for under 23 qualifiers. And these are the people who work. They tell you that at the ministry staff. Then there is more to it than meet the eyes. But I mean, if you talk, people say you do the make noise, you talk. But that's just the truth. Favor Leonard say we never get keeper because that goal too cheap. Still the blame team he did against Ghana. Oduni Remela say, bros, doing Conte press this morning. Okay. Noah Turin, he said it was an unfortunate game, although the players played horribly for the most part, and it was so horrible. I think the time for Iheanacho in the national team is done, sadly. Let's try another goalie. Okay. I hope so. Ahando Lumon Civi says, not be coach problem. Now players, Joe. Taiwo Aremu, he said, this team plays as individual, not as a team. The coach too, no help matter. Yami Dana might say PMB performance to affect pitch management. Now, wow, Nigeria, my country. Osaze say, good morning, bros. Good morning to you. We need to change our coach. I'm returned. His final words on the show. No, that's his final word. He said, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose today. Maybe we will not lose. Osaze say, make them change to Oyo because now there we beat Cameroon. Kalejaye Ibrahim, he said, a far-side tournament has a full stadium, a big stadium at that end. Nigeria's national team can get 20,000 into the Abuja National Stadium. Marketing or economic difference. That one, this question, please raise it in the evening. I would answer it well because that's the cross of the matter. The most annoying part of the Abuja Stadium, why I don't think any Super Eagles match will be played there anymore. Please raise this question in the evening. Hybrid says Sheyi Ajayi has, is it Sheyi or Shemi Ajayi wanted to, has to play. He played in the second half now. Not me say, I beg, make we subscribe. Yeah, guys, please help me to subscribe, help the channel to go. But thank you very much to everybody who subscribed while I was in Abuja. This week was very, very good in terms of views and subscription. Please help me grow with that. And not me, I said, I like the videos. Oh, Hybrid finally said, I never sleep. I am so happy to stay awake. Thank you very much. And let me read the final comments that came. It's a Patrick. Oh my bros, to fix Nigeria matter go hard. Bros, our economy pass Kazakhstan. Make it pass Kazakhstan there. If I give you the passport of Kazakhstan, you know answer the question. And Nigerian passport, which one you will take? Okay, Jerry Harry say, do you know this same Uzoa after his performance against Man United? I went to work. My UK colleagues were asking me about him. I said, that guy, no good, na fluke. Yeah, fool. You guys mean. Jumaya Power Resources Limited say, majority of the players are not supposed to be in the team. Fact. Thank you very much. Felix, Uzodima says he might be, he will still be a starter. That's a funny thing. I can start the game. I'll put that for go. Creator Daniel says Super Eagles as a team would need to dig up a win by themselves. Sadly, the Super Eagles is not top team. We are not top 5 in Africa football. And then Felix Uzodima say, Creator Daniel, we are the 4th team in Africa. Felix went on to say Sochima of Rivers United should start in goal. Okay. Then Creator Daniel replied to Felix, say, yeah, but after the current form, we are not really expecting to maintain that position. A new ranking comes out now, Nigeria will drop. Ibrahim say, we just lack many things when it comes to managing football in Nigeria, no social media, ad, etc. I weak, as a Patrick say, I go stay here, war no day from those guys. All right, this is where I know the content of the show. It's been fun, extended by 15 minutes. Thank you very much, guys, for being on the show. And I really want to sincerely say thank you to every new subscriber that we've had in the last 1 week. we actually increased our subscriber base by almost 400. Thank you so much. We don't take it for granted. Thank you to everybody who checked up on me, chat me up privately, send messages on my DM. How's Abuja going? How's it going? Somebody sent me money and said, "This something by water." Thank you very much as well. And they said, "Don't mention my name in public. I don't like it." But thank you very much. It was great. I think for the sake of the channel, trips like this would be now part of the project, okay? Because we seem to have done well with this trip. It was a gamble. I decided to take a gamble, and it's turned out well. The prayer now is for the Super Eagles to play well, so that trips like this would end with joy and excitement. The experience will be better. Having said that, thank you very much, and God bless you. Please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to give us super chat if you think you love what we're doing, and don't forget to become our member. Okay, join the membership parole so that we're growing in creating content. Have yourself a wonderful and amazing day. God bless you once again. My name is Idafe Mathieu. Dim Hanobi say, why my country day like this? I don't tire. No, we should train ourselves and be ready to be the ones that will fix the problem. That's the way I always say it. Have yourself a wonderful day. Don't forget, Mental Insurance went to Aba yesterday. I'm not a draw. Guess who scored? Yes, Obiaba scored from the penalty spot for Eimba. And from the free kick spots, a shot like Rashidi Yakini rattled the net of John Noble to give an Insurance a 1-1 draw. So 10 games played, 7 wins, 3 draw. Not a loss so far this season for them. The Benin Insurance are coming. Watch out for those guys. They just might be ready to go on the continent. Fortunately, by the end of the season, some of these players may have gone. But if they can keep them, I think that's a team to watch out for. As I sign out, Kanajahi Ibrahim say, we don't tell our story. Use media to promote our football, but use media to defend budget and people people are caught taking bribe. But that's where I draw the curtain on the show today. God bless you guys and have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Let's do this again in the evening, 9 p.m. Please stay with us, 9 p.m. Nigerian time, and let's get the show on the road.